Hello and welcome back to A level paper for paper 2 practical we will be doing for AS level for Feb March 2024. The first task is about spreadsheet, but first we're going to be provided with these CSV files and two MP4 files, and we're going to use the most efficient method to solve those tasks. So you work for Jenna's Jewelry and will design a database about products, customer, and orders. Note that all dates supposed to be in this specific format, which is DDMM, means month should be only 2 digits, and the year is supposed to be 4 digits, and days should be only 2 digits. The currency should be in this format, which is sterling pound or pound sterling format, and 2 decimal places. The field supposed to be short, meaningful, precise, and mainly it should contain no spaces. Examine these following CSV files, and we need to combine them all into one single file. We need to sort it out as well. So let me go to this file, right click, extract it. The same thing for this zip file, we need to extract it as well to this folder. And we got the files over here. There are more than 6 CSV files. We're just going to open only those specific files. So bracelet, chain, earrings, pendant, ring, and stock list. Let's examine these files. As you can see that all of them start with product code, item, metal, stone, style, cost price, and sale price. That is for the pendant, one type of jewelry. Another one, we have the ring, the same product code, item, metal, stone, style, cost price, and sale price. And then we have the bracelet, code, item, metal, stone, style, cost price, the same thing. The chain is having one less column, which is item, metal, and there is no stone column. And then we have style, cost price, and sale price. Seems the chain do not have the stone. So obviously, of course, and then we have this. Let me get back again to this later. This one we have, which is for earrings, product code, item, metal, stone, style, sale price, and cost price. And the last one is about the stock list, how much we have in the stock, so how much held and how much have been ordered. We need to combine all this right now into one file. So we're going to combine it into one file, sort it, ascending order depending on the code, and we're going to manipulate some of them to make it into one file when we need to keep it into this order and name it with this name. So let's create a new file. And I'm going to copy one by one into this file. So I'm just going to do this one, Control Shift right arrow, and then Control Shift bottom arrow or down arrow, and Control C. Okay, that's the first one. I'm going to do one thing. The header, I'm going to highlight it with this because I have to copy many formats. So let me expand it also properly because I have to copy from different files. So that was the first file for earrings. Let me close it because I have a lot of files to get. Let's go to the chain, Control C, and let's paste it over here. And I'm going to highlight over the header. Let me close that chain file. And then let's go to the bracelet, Control C, and let me close the file, and let's highlight also the header over here or the title, ring, sorry, where's that main file? Over here. close it. As you copy, just close it, and then we have the pendant. And close it. Okay, all right. Let's see right now. We have the product code from all. We have the item from each of them. We have the metal. And we have the stone. But this chain one do not have stone. So, but the others, they have stone. So what we're going to do, like the one here in the bracelet, some have stone, some do not have stone. So we're going to cut from here and paste it over here. So the stone place is going to be, there is no stone, so it will be empty. And then we have style. All of them are style, obviously. We have sale price, but here it is a cost price, cost price, cost price, and cost price. And according to the order over here, we need product, item, metal, stone, style, and after that we need a cost price. So what we need to do, the one that is different, we're going to switch it with a cost. So cut it, paste it, and get this, paste it back again, and I'm going to cut this back again to here. So this will be all cost, and this is supposed to be all sales price. Okay? Remove. Right now this is the same order from till here. Okay? So the remaining should come from this file. Okay? So let's put it over here so we can get it. And then let's remove those things because I added them just to differentiate each file. Okay, and from here I can just remove the highlight. Great. Okay, right now here I need to get these two, then don't get fooled by that we have only one to get. Actually, we need to combine all the files, so that will contain these two as well. So we have the product code here and here. That's the common column between these two files. So we're going to use this to use it as from the VLOOKUP function to get these two columns. So I'm going to name this stock held without spaces or any space, and stock ordered. Okay, stock held, we're going to use right now VLOOKUP. The value will come from here because this is the value we need to depend on. The table array will be from here. So Control Shift right arrow down arrow to copy the whole array, and then here or there it's the same. Okay, and then column index is the second. I need the second column, which is the stock held. The last one will be just by default 0, which is exact match. Okay, just to make sure this is the right value coming. Okay, there is one thing also mentioned here. We need to sort it ascending order depending on the code, right? So let me just select it and then go to custom sort, select the product code from A to Z, which is ascending, and here we go, it got sorted, and you can check that stock held is 10, the first one, which is JJ1. Ordered list, we're going to do the same way, VLOOKUP. The value will be taken from here, and then the array will be the same from here. Control Shift right arrow, and then Control Shift down arrow. The column we needed is number 3. and this is by default false, which is exact match. And let's replicate it. You can see, which is this one is what? Which is 9, or is 9 over here? Just 3. Stock ordered, okay? And held is 0. Okay, anyway, so this is the correct one. So what we're going to do, we're going to save it right now. We're going to save it. I'm going to save it in 2 formats. So save it. Always, whenever you're not sure what to do with these files later, always save it into 2 formats. So I'm going to save it in the same list over, in the same work area over here. So first format, I'm going to keep it the Excel format, which contain all the functions, okay, for the examiner to make sure how I use them. And the second format, I'm going to keep it as a CSV file. For the CSV file, because I'm required later to do it into a database, so I'm just going to name it as, so CSV file, I'm just going to name it stock file. Okay, so let's close it. Okay, there's one thing I forgot. The field names should be precise without any spaces. So let me make it. Okay. Let me also do it to the same, to that Excel file. Okay. So far, so good. So we're going to go to the next point. Open and examine that last CSV file, which is called order CSV. Design and create a rational database, normalize into 3NF, which is the third normal form. And we need to use this file and that previous file, which is the stock file we created. And we need to enforce the referential integrity whenever needed. Database should be named with this name. First step, let's order this CSV file. So we have order number, order date, prepared by, item, quantity, and by the way, this item is the product code, if you remember. So before we forget, let's change it to product code because it's the original name, if you noticed. Okay, and then quantity, customer first name, last name, address 1, 2, zip code, and the email, and the customer's number. So if you noticed here and logically think, this is mainly 2 tables. We can break it down into 2 tables. One is the order table and one is the customers table. So let's create the first one. Actually, simply I'm going just to copy one of the CSV files and I'm just going to name one as a customer and one I'm going to name it as an order because we decided we're going to make it into 2 tables, right? So let's open one of them. Okay, from that copied new file, I'm going to delete everything because it is just a copied file as it is a new one. Okay, and let's get, this is the order file, right? So we're going to take all the orders from here and paste it over here. But there is one thing you need to think, that the order file is going to be the file that link you through the product code to the product table or the stock table, and it needs also a link to the customer. So you shouldn't miss some of the important fields or columns over here. So I need to get this field as well. So Control C for this column and paste it over here. Actually, yeah, just paste it over. Control Shift down arrow, Control C, and paste it. All right. So this is the order table. Okay, let's check the duplicate values. So you can see we have so many duplicate values over here. And if overall you try to check it also, you will find there are so many duplicates because Jenna name keep repeating. Product code will be repeated from different orders, different people. Okay, so don't delete all this. What we need to do, we need to create a new field which will be our unique ID. So we can create it with new ID. Okay, so this is our new table. Control S, and as you can see, this will be our linking table. Another thing, we need the naming, so we need to change the name. So ID, order number, we can just remove the space, order date, remove the space, and capital letter for the new word, ordered prepared by, just only to be ordered again and again. We're just going to say prepared by. The same also here, order date, you can just put a date, but I'm going to make it meaningful, so order date is making more sense. Product code is the same like the previous ones, quantity same. Customer number, we're going to turn it into customer number. Control S, and that's our order table. Right now we separated already into order table. Let's get into the customers table. Where's the table that I created for customer? So I'm going to delete everything from here. So as it is a new file, I'm going to take the customer details up to here till here. Okay. You don't need to take the product code because product code was already part of the order which already contained the customer. So through this you can link it easily. You just need right now to take only these portions which is related to the customer. Just to be more clear, you need to refer to beginning chapters, which is about the master files and transaction file. So right now the ordered file, the order table is going to be my transaction file, which will be linking between those two tables. Will be always having the logs and changes. And the two master files is the customer file and the stock file. I'm going to have it. I need to get this customer number to be here in the beginning as it is my my unique key. To make sure it is a unique key or no, check the duplicate values. Okay, you can see there are so many duplicate values. That's one thing. Another thing, let's highlight all of them and check it. Okay, we have here some duplications. You can see those are exactly the same. We're not in need of these, so we're going to delete some of them. Okay, and then 4, we have exactly the same over here. 1, let me just try to sort it a bit. I can do it through the filter or I can do it through the custom sort. I'm just going to do it through the filter. Okay. can see here I have more of customer one. Just making sure everything is the same, not deleting any new. Okay. All right, so we got up to 30 customers over here. Let's remove the filter. And let's adjust the naming. So customer number, and then no need to repeat customers first. Again, the word customer, we're just going to call it first name, address one, no space. If you don't want space, just put underscore. Zip code and the email. Okay, so save it. Mainly you can see the customer do not have any replication or duplicates in, so it could be a unique key. Let's save it. So this will be our 3 files. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to open a database. We're going to name it as this name. Right click, new, Microsoft Access. Let's open it. The name should be clearly mentioned with JJ followed with your center number and candidate number. Don't copy and paste it always. Try to train yourself to get it with the center number and candidate number. Okay, so what we need first, we need to import those 3 tables. Let's start from the top, from the customer. Next, first row. And then I have my primary key over here, advanced. Okay, here I will remind you, always make sure of those points, okay? The date, the currency, the field names we already made sure. It shouldn't contain any field spaces and it should be meaningful. So just short. All right, here there is nothing to change. Close it and let's go for the next file. So we have order and stock, so let's go for order. First row, next. Primary key, I already created that new field. And before finishing, go to advanced, and over here have long integer, order number. Order number is correct, should be short text because it contains ORD text. So date should be DMY, later we will adjust it. Prepared by, product code, quantity, okay, and finish. Okay, get back again to the date. In case your system date is not DDMM and YY, then at that time you need to go and change your system date. Or since the beginning, when you're importing, when you go to advanced, you need to make sure from there that it is DMY. Okay, let me show you from where I mean. At the time you're ordering, when you go to advanced, here when you go to the date, here you need to make sure that the date is DMY because it is according to the question paper. We need it to DDMMY, right? So make sure if in case your system is into another format. Okay, so we have one more table is left, which is the stock table. Okay, so next, first row, and then we have the primary key we already created, right? And before that, click on advanced and make sure product key, item, metal, stone, style, cost price. We better just turn it into currency now, or later we can do it. I'm going to do it now. Sell price also will be currency. Stock held and stock ordered, long integers. Okay, finish. Let's get back again to these. Okay, before I go to stock, let me get back again to the order. Design view. We had the date here, right? We need the date to be DDMM, which is date should be only 2 digits, which is this format, and YY4, right? If you cannot find it at that time, you can just simply type it as they told us in the beginning of the paper. You can just type that specific format. Okay? So this will give you, save it, this will give you that same format. That's for order. For stock, we had currency. Currency, it will not appear for you ready like that. You need to go to design view. You need to choose here in the currency. If you didn't select previously currency, it won't appear. But if you select it, it is appearing the right way. But again, go here again. Select currency, which is sterling pound. Select 2. Same for the sale price. Go to the currency. Here, 2. All right. Okay. And save it. Let me get back to the question. Okay, so we normalized it to the third form, and we now need to create the relationship. Okay. Okay, they told you one thing when we're going to create the relationship, enforce the referential integrity where it is appropriate. That means don't force the referential integrity. Referential integrity is important to make that spaces, or whenever you update one side, you update the other table, and so on. So it is going to make it more accurate, and it is really good for some cases. Here, let's have a look at the customer table. You will look at the customer table that there are no empty cells over here. So creating a link between these two files, which is also order, do not have any empty cells, it's fine. So we can create the referential integrity with the relationship. So between these two files, we can enforce the referential integrity. I have to close these files. Whenever you create relationship, close the other tables and then force it. Okay. But if you come to stock, if you remember in the stone, we had some of the parts that do not contain stones. Okay. So in this case, what you need to do, you do not need to enforce the referential integrity, which will be between the product code and this product code. So just link and don't tick over here. Okay. Save, and here we go. Okay, so let's go to the next part. In here right now, what we need to do, we're going to create a report. I'm going to get some water. Okay, so we're going to create a report card to identify all the products containing an opal that were sold to customers with a customer number 11225. Create a field that calculated at the runtime called item total to calculate the sale price multiplied by the quantity. Okay, so far obvious. So to create any report card or any report, we need first to create a query. So we can do all the filtration and we can put all the queries in it, and then easily we can create it as a report. Another thing, we need to group it. So as you can see, the first color, the grouping, It needs to be grouped by the customer's family name, first thing. Inside it, you need to put the customer's full name and all the addresses and the postcode. The second grouping, it should be by the order number, and it should contain the order number, date, and prepared by whom. And then in the content of the report, you need to show the stock item, quantity, metal, stone, sale price, and the item total, which will be created here. Okay, and then ascending sorting, we will do it as well. So by reading overall the whole paper, you need to highlight all the fields that you're going to need it to put it into the query. So you can see I have highlighted all the fields that I'm going to need them. Okay, so read till the end and highlight it. So when you're right now going to create the query, let's go to create, query design, add your tables, expand them so you can see all the fields. And right now let's start to add. So what we need an opal to be selected. So opal is available inside the stone. It's in the stock. It's in stone, can you see? So go to stone and click on stone. That's the first thing. We will need the customer number, so it will be obviously in customer's number. We will need the item total. So item total will be created by sale price multiplied by the quantity. I will add it later. I need the customer's name and all the full name. So I need customer's first name, last name, and I need the addresses, including the postcode. Address 1, 2, and the zip code. And then I need the order number, date, and prepared by. So I have order number, date, and prepared by. I need also the stock item and the quantity. Stock item, quantity, metal, stone. Stone I have already added in the beginning, so don't repeat it. So I need metal, sale price, and item total. Item total is going to be the same from here. Let me go further. So I need the order number and style. I have added already order number, if you remember here. For the style, I haven't added yet, so we better add the style. Okay, you can see we have added them. Okay, the last field, it needs to be that item total, which is sales price multiplied by quantity. So to write any experiment, you need to write it with the exact name. Item total, okay, colon. Then you need to put the two fields that we have to multiply them. Whenever you need to put any specific field, remember two things. Put the exact name with a capital letter, small letters, spaces, underscore, whatever it is, put it exactly. Another point you need to remember, put it between two square brackets. Okay, so it should be sale price. Okay, close the bracket like here is the sale price, and it needs to be multiplied by quantity. Okay, quantity spelling also should be exactly matching with this. Okay, or you can just go and copy and paste the name if you're not sure if it is already included. Okay, so check it over here. We got the total price, which is quantity multiplied by sale price, which is giving us, that means it is correct if it is showing the result. Okay, let's check right now. Here we have that the product should contain only opal. So you can see over here we have some products that do not contain opal. So there you can see without any stone. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to this field and we're going to put star opal star. That means it should include the word opal, and then it's going to filter it for you only the opal stones, and it needs to be ordered by or sold to these customers with the number 1, 12, and 25. If you look at the customers here numbers, they have customer and then followed with the number. So this is customer number 1, I'm going to copy the name. And we have 3 customers, right? So this is the number 1, or we need 12, or we need, I guess, 25. Okay, so we got those 3 customers. So it reduced from, I think, 50s or 30s into 14. Okay, so far here is the query part. We're going to save it right now. Let me check the name. Okay, so I will just put this name for the query. Okay, let's go right now and create the report. The report is supposed to look like this, or at least it should be formatted like this. And let's go right now to report wizard. Add all of them. Next. Okay, grouping. We need to have 2 groups, right? The first is the customer's family name. So with the family name. The second is with the order number. Okay. Ascending, descending, I'm not going to sort it over here. Later we will sort it properly. I'm just going to choose landscape because it will contain so many fields, as you can see over here. This looks okay. I think I'm just going to put it, no, this looks more like a portrait, so I'm just going to keep it portrait, the same name. And let's modify it right now. Okay, so you know what, I'm just going to keep it, let me delete it. I will do one thing. I'm going to add everything, group by family name and then by order number, and I'm going to keep it landscape. Later I will change it to the portrait so it can show and comfortably I can work on all the details. Okay, so let's go and check right now. We want the first thing to show here is the content or the name, not the header titles. Okay, so the grouping will be first, the first grouping here, showing the name, the full name, and the address and the postcode. Okay, so let's come over here. I don't need the page header, which is the name, as you can see at the top. I don't need those names. Okay, so I'm just going to keep the content only. So to do so, I will come over here. I'm going to delete everything from here. And after deleting, just close it. So you can see it won't show anymore. Okay, so over here in the family grouping, I need the family, the full name. So if you have here the first name, click on it, and from one of the orange sides, grab it to the top. We need the first name, last name, we need the address, address 2, and we need the zip code. Okay, and then in the second grouping, we need the order number, date, and prepared by. So we already have the order heading. So we need order number, date, and prepared by. So date over here and prepared by. Okay. After that, in the content, I need right now to put the details here in the content. I need the stock item. So most of the things will be this side. I'm going to drag them. You can see there is a page number. I can delete it because it's not needed. I'm going to shorten it. Okay. So start with the item. Not item total, item. This one. Quantity. metal and stone. Metal, stone, sale price. And item total. Okay. Style and customer number, we don't need them right now, but I will show you why we will need it later, and we will delete it after a while. Okay. Right now, if you check it, how it look. Okay. We need to get back again down here. Okay, before we get, let me fix the order. So this order needs to be sorted with the ascending order depending for each. So for each customer, it needs to be ascending order depending on the order number. And for the items, needs to be depending on the style for ascending order. Let's get back again here. So for each customer, by the order number. So you can see I have the order number over here. Okay. So I need to go to the group and sort, and I need to add order number ascending. Okay. Okay, so this is ascending depending on the order number. Second one, let's add the second sort. So go and add sort, and this need to be on the style, which is supposed to be also ascending order. So style, also ascending order. Let's have a look right now. Oh, okay. I grouped it 2 times over here. Okay, this is a grouped. Oh, I messed up a bit here. So because we grouped it first time according to the family name, right? So I think I better just I think, can I just undo these? All right, that's better. When I added the sorting, so you can see there was some grouping. I messed up with it. So I will adjust this back again as it was previously. Over here, let's add the sort back again. So I'm just going to add it. So add sort and then order number ascending, and then add again sort. It needs to be with the style and ascending as well. Okay, it should be right now. Correct. I need to adjust it back again like I did previously, and we will carry on. It is already done. Okay. Okay, right now what we need to do, we need to format it to look like this. Okay, so you can see this line supposed to be bold. So let me go here, make it Control B. Let me increase the size a little bit more. Maybe that's too much. So I'm just going to make it 13. And then we have this. Let me first put this into black. So right click, properties, and make the back color to be black. And this is supposed to be white format, and it needs to be Jenna's jewelry. it layout view, and then you can adjust it easily. Okay, you can see there is a little bit of space down here, so let me add a bit of space. Okay, next thing is this, and it's supposed to be all in gray, the orders list. So here, this one, right click and go to properties. No, not properties, just go to fill and choose black. Another thing, in alternate colors, remove it and select it none, so it won't alternate line by line or alternate lines. Okay, you can see I have this problem. I can just remove it, select over it, right click and go to properties. Oops. And from here, the background color, you can just make it transparent or just remove it. There's another place I can also do it. Over here, the back style, just make it transparent. Okay, so I need a bit of adjustment, a bit. Great. Okay, and then order number supposed to start from the last name. I'm going put it down here a bit. And then prepared by. Prepared by should be followed with the text of prepared by. So go to report here and choose the label and say prepared by. Right click, select all of them and adjust it to be to the top, adjust it properly. Okay, let's move to the content right now. In the content, we need to put the item, all those points that we adjusted. We said these are, we don't need it. So I say style, we do not need it. We just need it previously for sorting. So I'm going to remove it. Item total, we need it. Customer number, actually, we're not in need for it. We just will need it for later just to check some of the points. So just let me keep it up here. Okay. Item supposed to start from a little to the prepared side, so I'm going to take it to the right side more. Okay. Okay, we have alternate rows over here, so let's go and remove the alternate rows and make it white, this one. Okay, this is still alternate, which is the first row over here, so this needs to be just white. Okay, just this is better. Okay, so prepared by, and then the quantity. No, sorry, I mean the item, quantity after that, and then we have the metal or the stone, and we need the prices and the sale item. This one actually not needed, I'm just putting it here. So I will just make it into red color or specific color. So the formatting mainly should look like this. So let me go over here, increase the title also over here. To increase or color or anything, over here you need to go back to the design view, increase the font size for this one. Okay, so we're done with the formatting to look like this. Okay, just final touch and adjustment and we're done. I kept this to see that we had, yes, the 3 customers. So they asked us in the question, we need 3 customers, 1, 12, and 25. So that's correct. I don't need any more, so I'm going to delete it. And other things are adjusted properly, formatted like they asked. And then we have to go back again to the question paper. We just need to make sure we're done with all those points. Ascend sorting as well done. Right now we need to calculate, to use those calculated controls. So we need to add sum for the totals for each order. So we need to do the sum for item total, okay, the one that we created at the run time for each order, okay, and place it below that item total. Another one we needed is to sum also the same thing, item total, for all the orders, okay, and place it below the item total as well at the bottom of the report. So this will be below the item total for each order. Let me show it to you. So we have this order, so it needs to be below the order, okay? And for this one needs to be at the bottom of the report. They didn't show it here, they just show us what we need to get over here. Okay, simply just go to design view, go to your, it needs to be done for the item total. So just go to the item total, right click, go to total and click on sum. You're going to get it in many places. You're going to decide where you want it exactly. So I need it only at the bottom of the order. So get back again here. You need it over here, right? At the bottom of this order. So we're going to get back again here. And here in the order, we need it in the order footer. So we're going to keep it. But in the name, we don't need it for each customer. So we're going to remove it from here. All right. So as you can see, it just got added over here, like the way we want it. Okay. The last thing we wanted for the sum for the at the end of the report, right? So we want it to be at the bottom of the report. So if you go back again here and check the final total over here. Okay. So we need it to be below, place it below the item total. So let's go back over here. Is it below? Yeah, that's great. It's already below the item total. We just need to make it into currency format, as all of them should be in currency, and it needs to be 2 decimal. Okay, and the last format as well needs to be currency. And it needs to be 2 decimal. Okay, looks like this. And it needs to be in A4 portrait page. So let's adjust it back again right now. The data must fit within the width of the single A4. So let's adjust it. A little bit of adjustment will be needed over here. Format, page setup. I need to make it to portrait. Okay. Let me adjust it. All right, done. So this is in 1 A4 paper if you looked in the print here preview. And it needs to be portrait. Make sure that your name center number, that's an important point, place at the bottom of the left of each page. So let's go back again here. And let's go to the design view. And let's go down here and add this label on the left side. So put your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay. Of each page, they said each page, right? So if it is each page, I cannot put it at the bottom of the report. I need to put it here. So I need to remove this and I need to put it in the page footer. It's different than the report footer. Report footer, it will appear in the last page. If you have 5 pages, it will appear only on that 5th page. Page footer will appear on every single page in case you have 5 or 10 pages or how many pages you have. Okay, so after that, export it in a PDF format with this name followed with your center number and candidate number. So this is saved. Let me just have a final look at the print preview. Okay. The name is changed. Everything is visible, clear. Right click and export it with that specific name as a PDF format, and make sure you're saving everything into the same location. Okay, so that's the end of this spreadsheet. Next task will be about the audio and video editing. See you in the next task.